How was it? She's a wonderful person, isn't she?
Told you so. We're really lucky when it comes to people. Our team Maybe Grapes also got some luck with superiors, huh?
This time, Agent Choi's confident assurance didn't feel annoying at all. I slipped my hand into my pocket. I could feel the pop sock, now perfectly fixed.
For now, just rest well. Think about things like the report tomorrow. The site cleanup unit already went, and all the kids are asleep anyway.
Please get home safely.
They rode off across the road on the bicycles they'd brought with them. Only after they disappeared did I raise my head. At least I gained something from all this. I never expected to get the memorial pop sock repaired. So, does that mean I'm supposed to make a wish until it activates? Alright, now what I have to do is...
Contact Director Ho.
I have to clean up the mess that broke out at Daydream Inc. This is seriously making me want to cry. Didn't Agent Choi just say I had great luck when it came to bosses? I squeezed my eyes shut and picked up my smartphone. Please let this get cleaned up quickly.
Hey, I don't think this rumor is going to be contained.
Agent Choi smirked as he slapped his direct junior on the back. Ryu Jaekwon held back a sigh and half-heartedly dodged his hand.
It's dangerous, sir.
Hey, I'm a bicycle master.
After telling Agent Grapes to rest up, they headed back to HQ to file their report, just the two of them, chatting as they rode their bikes.
What do you mean the rumor can't be contained?
What else? It's about grapes.
They'd gone out for a regular rescue in a supernatural disaster and managed to save every single child, and might have even ended the disaster itself. And to think this miraculous achievement happened right after a new recruit joined the team.
When coincidence repeats twice, it starts being called skill.
And if this new recruit had even just completely ended a supernatural disaster while working with the site cleanup unit before, then the probationary period for new recruits doesn't matter anymore. His aptitude score just blasted through the ceiling.
Congratulations on your assignment to Black Tortoise Team 1. Ha ha ha!
Ryu Jaekwon pressed his fingers to one temple. The one saving grace was that the Disaster Management Bureau was generous when it came to investing in equipment for talented people. Maybe things really will get safer. At this rate, it seemed like even a custom KB flame lantern wasn't far off. If not, at least Grapes would be able to get some more gear. The only concern was whether he had attracted too much attention. Let's hope the rumors don't get exaggerated in some weird direction. He decided to keep an eye on things. Ryu Jaekwon sighed and pressed down on his bicycle pedals.
Let's go, Jaekwon-ah.
For reference, this speculation was taking place in a completely different direction within a different faction. At the same time, in an office at Daydream Inc., an employee from the field exploration team, wearing a pony mask, banged on the table and conducted a vivid interview with the research team.
The great Lord Cat was in that darkness. The all-knowing, all-powerful Lord Cat.
For reference, the research team was in total chaos. It was because the Mermaid Grave, which used to yield only C-grade dream essence, had just produced B-grade or higher essence. And to make things worse, the Disaster Management Bureau had spirited away all the Mer children, and the agents had dashed off in a hurry. So, now lacking research material, the research team was furiously extracting every possible statement from the field exploration team members who had entered at the time, and this is what the testimonies had in common.
It was a monster. A monster. Please, save me.
I don't know. The letters I saw, were they really there? Maybe I was just seeing things. I was terrified, but I did my best for the clear.
The great Lord Cat is watching's lettings out. We have to save the children.
Multiple employees have reported observing an anomalous entity manifesting as a black cat, hereafter referred to as the Black Cat.
Documented effects include induction of panic and madness, brainwashing, physical transformation, causal distortion, reality manipulation, and collective mind control. These abilities exhibit anomalous characteristics that are not currently explainable by conventional means.
Yes, it did help with the clear this time, but I don't know what might happen if we meet it somewhere else.
Attempts to determine the entity's objective or intent have been inconclusive. Certain field exploration team personnel reported that the entity appeared to be attempting to seize control of the ghost story, QWC 1642. However, these accounts are classified as unreliable. Notably, The prevailing hypothesis is that an entity of greater transcendence than Kuter WC1642 irregularly intervened within this instance of darkness. This hypothesis is considered highly plausible. I want to avoid it as much as possible. Accordingly, the entity designated as the Black Cat has been assigned a unique darkness identification code.
Designation, Cuter A 1845.
And so began the real chaos. The very night I escaped from the mermaid grave, I was able to meet Director Ho immediately at the usual Fox counseling room's waiting area.
Goodness, you must have had a rough time, Solemnim. Don't worry about the bodily tissue that was harvested from you. I'll recover it right away.
The conversation was wrapping up much more smoothly than I'd expected. Is it really this easy? Honestly, even though it wasn't my fault, and this wasn't even a routine report, just the fact that I was having an emergency meeting with a director at my rank was enough to make me break out in a cold sweat. But Director Ho listened to my story with great interest, and even clapped his hands in delight.
So that's why the Disaster Management Bureaus. I'm not complaining to you, Soleum. It's just, they're such a hypocritical group, all surface and no substance. I instinctively feel uncomfortable getting too close to them.
And this from someone who planted a corporate spy in there. And honestly, personality-wise, aren't they on a completely different level compared to Daydream Inc.? Shouldn't our company at least pretend to have some self-awareness? It was almost bizarre, the level of revulsion he showed toward the Disaster Management Bureau.
If my personal feelings made you uncomfortable, I apologize, Soleum.
In any case, the conversation itself flowed smoothly, and Director Ho brought things to a gentle close.
In any case, please don't worry about this sort of issue. If anything comes up, just let me know anytime. Is there anything else that's bothering you?
I'd been waiting for this. The mood's not bad right now. You have to ask while you can. As I poured some more hot water into Director Ho's green tea, I spoke.
It's not exactly discomfort, but there is something I'm concerned about.
Please, speak freely.
Director Ho nodded with an expression that said, "I'm so sorry you have a concern."
There's a darkness I need to enter as soon as possible.
About Cheerful Theme Park. I didn't specifically mention the blue mascot there, but since getting marked by strange beings during ghost story explorations was pretty common, Director Ho would have easily understood the situation.
I nearly died, but when I promised, I'll come back next time, it let me go.
My follow-up explanation made sense, too. At the time, I'd still been working for the company, so naturally I thought I'd be able to re-enter Cheerful Theme Park whenever necessary. But after things turned out, I couldn't get in anymore. You're the one who assigned me this spy job. And from what I knew of Director Ho's personality, this level of request would be no problem.
Cheerful Theme Park. Don't worry. I'll arrange for you to be able to visit as quickly as possible.
Thank you. I was really worried that if I couldn't get in within a month or two, personal complications would make it impossible for me to keep doing my job. Thanks to your help, Director, I'll be able to focus on my work without worries.
So please make it happen within a month. If not, I might drop dead, spy or not. I trust that message got across.
Of course. It'll be ready soon. Don't worry.
He was so refreshingly decisive in matters, and it was comforting because he's competent. Maybe he's actually not a bad boss at all as long as you don't hit his berserk button. Maybe the only reason I've had a hard time is that I was always assigned to jobs that made me dance on that crazy button. For the first time, I could relate to what the section chief from the review team once said. Director Ho is actually a pretty decent superior. With that, the emergency report began to wind down. Director Ho would soon say he had to head back in and get up from his seat, and I was about to see him off and get ready to leave quickly.
Oh, by the way, there's something I wanted to ask you.
As he was just about to stand, Director Ho gave me a scrutinizing gaze.
You haven't been using the Fox counseling room, have you? If you use the counseling room, you don't have to worry about running into other employees. I'd really like you to use it actively and heal your contamination and psychological trauma.
No matter how I look at it, this place feels like it's connected to you. Just look at how the place is always coincidentally on break whenever I come to make a report. At this point, I could believe Director Ho pays commissions to the counselor to steal information from the employee sessions. One thing's certain. This space, this ghost story, is definitely under Director Ho's authority. That's exactly why I'd been deliberately avoiding the Fox counseling room. It's just too awkward. Even though the last time I had a session there, it was actually very helpful. And besides, the Elder had just burned away all traces of my contamination, so I probably don't even need to go now. But since I couldn't say any of that out loud, I just nodded my head.
Yes, I'll try. But this space, including the Fox counseling room, is still a darkness, and that person isn't a real counselor, so...
It's a real counselor.
Director Ho's usual gentle tone disappeared. A voice flat and almost emotionless came out.
Because he's a darkness, he's even more strictly bound by the professional code of a counselor. He knows exactly what he's doing and has the pride of a true expert. So I just want you to know you can trust the Fox counseling room's doctor. And he's been very concerned about the state of client Kim Soleum, too.
Tap tap. Director Ho patted my shoulder in encouragement.
Then I'll be heading in. See you again at the next regular report, Soleum-nim.
And with that, the emergency report ended. The Fox counseling room and Director Ho. And Director Ho was a character not even detailed in the dark exploration records. For some reason, I feel like there's more to him that's hidden. I want to look into it further, but... yeah, focus on the wish ticket. Let's not forget, never let the means replace the end. Just finish this spy job, claim the wish token, and go home. That's all that matters. In that sense, I might have gotten a little too wrapped up in this Twinkle Twinkle Ocean Palace's ghost story, desperately trying to get all the children out safely. But there was an extra reward. I looked at the elite team collector, which was now full of golden liquid, glittering dream essence, B grade or higher. Given that the original mermaid grave was C grade, this is an irregularity. Maybe dragging out the core of that biohazard was what raised the grade. And while I was at it, I took out the research team's potion I'd secretly stashed in the tattoo on my wrist and squeezed it into a plastic bottle. It was a recovery potion meant to be given separately to children with heavy contamination or foreign elements. If you drink this, you get transported to somewhere the research team set up, right? It's probably one of the research team's experimental spaces. But just in case, I won't throw it away. I'll keep it for now. With a sigh of relief, I returned the potion, bottle and all, into my tattoo, and I rummaged through the space again. Good thing all the items in the tattoo subspace are kept separate from each other. If not, I might have gotten this tag card contaminated too.
I am a space shopping mall VIP. Special gratitude cells included.
I even found, tucked away in the tattoo, the golden card I'd gotten a few months ago, hand-delivered by an alien shop's delivery tentacle. The VIP card that Section Chief Lee Jae-hyun mentioned is probably this, right? I examined the card letter more closely, running my fingers over it. Then, inside the slightly thick cardstock, I could feel something thin layered inside. Carefully, I peeled back a layer of the card paper, and inside, a small, chip-like object appeared, sealed inside. It looks like a SIM card. There was a sticker in rounded font attached to it.
Healthy and peaceful purchase. Fast connection to a customer service agent guaranteed.
Please, just hire a professional translator. So this chip is a cell, and... I'm supposed to eat it? Healthy and peaceful purchase? Somehow this reminds me of talking with Chief Lizard. It's the sort of translation error you get when someone isn't familiar with modern culture. Still, I decided to try using this cell if it ever comes down to it. Chief Lizard isn't the type to endanger others with lies or tricks, after all. If anything, it's more reasonable to worry about my head getting smashed by brute force. I finished the accounting and raised my head. Anyway, for now, I have the most convenient usable items on hand, so I'll use those up first. Cheerful Research Institute's potion. At this moment, I was back at the research lab hidden beneath a manhole cover in the middle of the night. It's even scarier at night. But the dream essence in the dream incubator, sparkling in a dazzling hue, made it a bit better. I injected all the B-grade dream essence I obtained this time into it. The number increased. So a B-grade is about 15 grand or so. You could say it's equivalent to a bottle a half of a potion, but there's actually a catch here. The cost is different depending on which button you press. It might depend on how many stars it has. The first one I drew, Detective Syrup, had 3 stars, and the next, Surprise Syrup, had 4 stars. They definitely represent a difference in performance. The 4-star potion even worked, if only briefly, on a biological disaster. But if you convert it 1-to-1 with Daydream's welfare points, these potions were still more expensive than Daydream's. Maybe it's just that this dream incubator is an early model and not very efficient. But on the other hand, it seemed to produce more potent syrups, closer to raw essence than Daydream's potions. You don't know how much will be deducted until you press the button and draw a potion. Not very user-friendly, was it? It would have been nice to have research logs or something. The security sergeant said he'd look into it for me, but there's still no special news. I'll wait a little longer. There might be more functions hidden in this dream incubator. Anyway, since I've been using it quite usefully, I decided I'll visit every week to collect a potion. And now, the time to choose. There is a way to safely draw a potion whose effects have already been verified. But maybe it's better to be more prepared before entering the theme park. If I can verify the effect, it's better to do so quickly, while I have the chance. Who knows if there are even more useful ones? For now, I'll use all the means available to me to pick out the most useful one, association and reasoning. With that in mind, the button I chose to check this time is the one that, compared to Daydream Inc.'s potions, is the most expensive and has the best effect. At the same time that 30,000 points were deducted, a small glass bottle filled with syrup emerged from the dispenser. I took the shimmering teal liquid.
Disguise syrup for kids. An expensive potion. Bullseye.
I took a whole day off, just as the agents told me I could, and only went into work late the following day.
Agent Grapes, thank you for your hard work.
And thankfully, thanks to the members of Black Tortoise Team 1, who had already finished almost all of the situation report, I was able to wrap up the Twinkle Twinkle Ocean Palace's work with just a few simple answers. Thank you so much I could cry. I received all sorts of compliments from the agents.
They've already found the guardians of more than half the children.
Since the entry method was so unique, it looks like there were a lot of similar cases already in our database.
There were no cases of rescued citizens vanishing either. As of 7 p.m. last night, we've confirmed all rescues.
The faces of the Black Tortoise Team 1 agents speaking glowed with rare delight. I probably wasn't much different.
And, want to hear another piece of surprising news? Someone on a neighboring team found a younger sibling who went missing back in 1989.
There are quite a few agents here who signed up hoping for just that.
To find missing family.
Thanks to you, that agent finally got to see their years of searching rewarded and can sleep easy at night, together with their family.
So, how do you feel?
An agent who joined here after searching for their sibling for decades. Someone who, after finally learning where their sibling disappeared, couldn't rescue them because of distorted time. To hear that person finally found their sibling, safe and sound, a powerful, overwhelming wave swept over me, like a chill running down the back of my neck. This isn't just a sense of accomplishment. So this is why people do this work. If I'm not careful, I might actually start working here with a real sense of duty. I gripped my once-missing right hand tightly. That has to be my only goal. Already, I've survived more brushes with death than I can count. For someone who used to only experience ghost stories as content in a world without them, there's no way I can live here with my sanity intact. The end and the means to reach it, I must not confuse the two. I took a deep breath and tried to calm my heart. But my excited heart didn't completely settle.
Anyway, really, you did a great job.
Agent Choi, who had been listing off rewards that fit a successful investigation, smiled and patted me on the back.
Oh, Grapes, you're still in your rookie period, so you have to move on to your next assignment, right?
Yes, they'll assign me to a different mission.
All right, I've kept you too long. Good luck with your work.
I parted with the waving Agent Choi and followed behind Agent Bronze. Thankfully, he didn't try to recruit me to the Black Tortoise team again. Good. Being on the dispatch and rescue unit, I don't think I could keep doing this kind of work, not emotionally. Suppressing a sigh, I walked after Agent Bronze. And the place he led me to was
Preliminary Investigation Unit, White Tiger Team 2.
This was the team Go Yoongian was on. As soon as I entered the office, one delighted Go Yoongian jumped up from her seat when she saw me. Reflexively, I glanced at Agent Bronze. He was smiling, albeit faintly. It seemed he had specifically arranged for me to join this team, out of consideration for the fact that we knew each other from Looky Mart.
Today, there's no field work, so you don't need to work in pairs with anyone. You can just work in this office. If you have any problems, come find us in Black Tortoise Team 1's waiting room.
I was truly grateful, and the fact that it wasn't fieldwork made me feel even more at ease. Today is a bit of a breather, huh? Of course, I'll do my best to show I'm someone who fits right in with the preliminary investigation unit. After bowing my head to the departing Agent Bronze, I entered the office with Go Yoongjun-si. It looked just like a clean, standard office, and was still pretty quiet.
Everyone else is out in the field right now, so I'm the only one here, but when they get back, we can greet them together.
I added with a hint of hope.
I look forward to your guidance. Who knows, I might end up being officially assigned to this unit and working with you.
Go Yoongjun somehow trailed off at her answer. Why such an ominous reaction?
Did I do something wrong?
No, it's not that who.
Go Yoongeun made a mysterious expression.
It's just, being too competent is, well, it can't be helped, I guess. Here, would you take a look at this?
I took the phone Go Yoongeun handed me. It looked barely used, like it had just been issued for work, and on the screen was
Agent Talk Talk Anonymous chat room.
a somewhat old-fashionedly named anonymous group chat. Is there another group chat that only I'm not in?
Ah, I heard they usually invite you after your rookie period ends and you get officially assigned to a unit.
With Go Yoongeun's permission, I scrolled through the chat to get a feel for the atmosphere.
Sudden fortune vending machine appearance in Seocho Dong on-call agents, please check. About the swamp orgle, is it actually okay to just leave it alone if it's not working? Yeah, it's fine. It'll be reflected in the rulebook next month anyway. Lunch menu Rex. PLs.
The atmosphere's more laid back than I thought. It looked like a group chat where agents would ask each other for advice when they were stuck or in a bind at work. Given the frequent solo and shift work, it made sense to have a place to share information. Since it wasn't like a certain company's deathmatch, survival-style competitive structure, the atmosphere was better, and useful tips seemed to get shared more freely. Come to think of it, I think I read about this in the 2. That made it feel a bit familiar. I nodded inwardly as I scrolled. It might actually be fun to get invited here at least once.
Destruction King Rookie has gone and wrecked another disaster.
I scrolled down faster to check the latest messages.
I heard that Rookie rescued all 30 kids who were trapped in a regular rescue disaster, and apparently demolished the entire city. Agu Black Tortoise Team 1 must be jumping for joy cuckoo wowie. If it's at that level, it's not a coincidence. That's straight up skill. This person's not ordinary. Might be the first since team leader Hong joined, isn't it? I wish to be friends, sir. Any chance you're interested in Black Tortoise Team 3? We'd treat you right, honestly better than that Choi from Team 1 Noonim. I'm here too.
And the group chat was summed up in one conclusion.
We've got someone ready to go all in for dispatch and rescue. Huh? Yeonjest. Team, hope you make it.
Please, anyone save me. The agent group chat that Go Yoongun showed me left quite a shock and a realization. No wonder Agent Choi sent me to work in the preliminary investigation unit so easily. Was it because my transfer to Black Tortoise Team 1 was already decided? And Agent Bronze's consideration in sending me to Go Yoongun's team today? Was that actually because today would be my last before officially joining the dispatch and rescue unit? No, if you only look at what's on the surface. The only unusual thing Agent Grapes did was insist on staying an extra day to take care of the children, and ended up getting contaminated in the process, right? So I thought I was in the clear, but I guess the fact that a supernatural disaster that could barely be handled by regular rescue was resolved, and I was the only variable, made me stand out. And if that variable's nickname is Destruction King Rookie, does that mean my image is set in stone?
I'm Soleum C. Are you all right?
But maybe I didn't look so good, because Go Yoongun's eyes held a hint of worry. It would be weird if I acted too strange. Let's get it together before I come off as too much of a coward. Doing my best to seem calm, I opened my mouth, pretending to be just a little disappointed.
The dispatch and rescue unit is a good unit, of course. But I'm really more of a paperwork type than a fieldwork person, so I'm a little flustered.
For some reason, Go Yonggun's expression looked more troubled. But in the next moment, she began offering me words of comfort, so I guess I was just imagining things.
Well, looking at the big picture, it could actually be a good thing. After all, each team has one assigned.
The agent in front of me stopped speaking unnaturally and pressed the back of her hand, where Director Ho had set a restriction. Pretending to be out of the room, someone is somewhere in this office, listening in on the rookie's conversation. I made eye contact with Go Yonggyun. She was probably going to say something like, "Each team has one assigned person to balance it out, so it's good." I picked up the conversation smoothly.
Yes, each team has its strengths, so even if I do end up going to the dispatch and rescue unit, I'll do my best.
Yes, let's do our best.
Fortunately, the conversation ended naturally. We both raised our hands like fresh rookies and did a fighting pose together. After that, Go Yonggyun naturally shifted the topic to explaining the work of White Tiger Team 2 in the preliminary investigation unit. Later, we pretended to be surprised as we saw an agent yawning and standing up from under a desk in the office.
Sorry. I just closed my eyes for a bit. You're both rookies, right? Looks like you've already gotten close. Do your best. I'm off duty today.
After giving us a warm look, the agent left the office. I let out a sigh of relief inside. Nothing to get caught on. It didn't feel like surveillance so much as just finding a couple of rookies cute and were curious, wondering if a sunbae could help. Still, we should be more careful. Director Ho's restriction really did help. From then on, Go Yonggyun and I didn't mention any related topics, focusing on PC setup, and before long, the agents returned from their fieldwork.
We're back, Yonggyun-si.
I stood next to Go Yonggyun to greet them. The team leader of White Tiger Team 2 had a very hearty impression, and laughed loudly when he saw me.
So you're the new recruit.
Did he just almost call me Destruction King out loud? If all these people were in that group chat, my nickname might be truly irreversible now. I never thought I'd say this, but being a supervisor at Daydream Inc. was less embarrassing than this.
You just got back from a big rescue mission the other day, right? I heard you did a great job. For today, relax, do nothing special, yeah? Just observe what kind of work the White Tiger team does, and then you can clock out. All right?
I almost ruined the character I'd been building. Pretending to be timid, I bowed my head low, resisting the urge to go full MZ crazy like I did at Daydream Inc.
Now. For today, you can work at Agent Mint's desk since she's off.
So I sat at the desk of an agent who had the day off, and got a quick briefing on work from the person in question herself, Go Yonggyun.
The work you'll be doing today is ghost story research. But it's not fieldwork. You'll be working on the PC, and if you can also learn how to do the documentation afterward, that'd be great.
Will you be teaching me, Agent Mint?
Yes. I've been handling this kind of work a lot lately. The agent who went into the mart with me, after that unexpected incident, I've been given mostly paperwork since then.
A rookie like her almost drowned and died, so they must have pulled her from fieldwork for a while. Of course, Go Yonggyun was already had similar work experiences from Daydream Inc., so it seemed she'd quickly cut off that agent mentally and recovered. In this place, too, they'll probably have her back in the field within a month. Still, if she were to continue to handle paperwork, she might get a natural chance to access the Disaster Management Bureau's secret archive in Gangwon-do someday. I wanted to take that route, too. It's not too late yet. This time, I'll really make a good impression. And since it's not fieldwork today, it's the perfect opportunity. I'll show just how skilled I am at ghost story documentation. The documentation for the preliminary investigation unit. That's all about tracking and writing up ghost stories. I smiled as I sat down in front of the computer.
I'll give it a try.
And so, the ghost story I would be tracking down information on during my work hours today was...
Do you know about the red clothes at Exit 4?
It's a ghost story that originated from one particular internet post.